Honestly, this might go down as one of my greatest accomplishments as a mom, helping my daughter to be aware of when she's stressed or anxious and to have healthy coping techniques. Could you do the same as well? On today's video, I'm going to start with a bit of background and context, and then I'm going to get into what we actually have done to help her regulate her nervous system. If you want to just jump to the how-to, I'll add the timestamp on the screen now, but I do think that the context is helpful. So with that, let's dive right in. So first, in effort to understand what was going on with her histamine and mast cell issues, which I've explained in other videos on the channel, I uncovered that we inherited via epigenetics a very strong predisposition to stress, which doesn't help the fact that during pregnancy, I was extremely stressed with work. We had many different acquisitions and mergers and changes within our company, leaving many people to get laid off or have new bosses. And so during pregnancy, I was actually inadvertently flooding her with stress hormones due to conflicts at work. Even before we started seeing signs of allergy reactions that later turned out to be histamine intolerance and Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, I would notice that her startle response seemed a bit extreme. When I would even try to lay her down on her changing mat, or if anything moved too fast, she would full body tremble. I even remember once Googling, what do seizures look like in babies, because it seemed so excessive. When she was just a little bit older and walking, she would get extremely startled by loud noises. Like, I'm talking silly things like the bathroom fan being turned on or the bathroom light being turned on, or even the mailman driving down the road. She would full body shake and run and jump into my arms. Quick aside here, I know I mentioned histamine intolerance and MCAS earlier. There are way more videos where I share our story about this. However, I just want to make one quick note for those who are new first-time viewers that starting at around a 1.5-year-old, we started working with our holistic doctor to heal her root causes. While we were making incredible progress healing her gut imbalances with this doctor, she was still startling very easily, which isn't good because our body releases histamine as a byproduct of an immune or stress response. So even if her gut was healed, she would still be filling up her histamine bucket with her stress response. A lot of people may be wondering, what does a toddler have to be stressed about? We tend to think of stress as a mental issue or pressure, worrying about work or bills or what have you. The term stress as it's currently used was actually coined by hindsight in 1936. He defined it as the non-specific response of the body to any demand for change. Selye had noted in numerous experiments that laboratory animals subjected to acute but different noxious physical and emotional stimuli. We're talking blaring light, deafening noise, extremes of heat and cold, perpetual frustration, all exhibited the same pathological changes of the stomach ulcerations, shrinking of lymphoid tissues, and enlargement of the adrenals. He later demonstrated that persistent stress could cause these animals to develop diseases similar to those seen in humans, such as heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, and even rheumatoid arthritis. For this reason, you can see that any type of stimuli can trigger an internal stress response because it's all about how your body responds. One thing that was very clear is my daughter's nervous system was on overdrive. I should also note that I also too had a nervous system that was on overdrive. I am not exaggerating. I am a whole new person than I was 2.5, 3 years ago. It helped me to remain calm and confident even when she's upset, melting down, or nervous. Co-regulation is important, especially for our little ones who are pre-verbal. It's important to hold calm space to help them move through their emotions and feel safe and secure. So if you're watching to help others, it's good to start with working on yourself for resilience. Hypnosis has been a game changer for me. However, I was wondering, how was I going to be able to do that same thing with my daughter? Because obviously, you can't necessarily take toddlers into hypnosis to reset their nervous system. So around a 1.5 years old, her holistic doctor mentioned EFT, or emotional freedom techniques, which is more commonly known as tapping. she suggested doing it after each meal to help tell her body that it was safe to eat food, and that even though she had these excessive mast cell reactions, she was deeply loved, safe, and protected. So you might be thinking, what the heck is this EFT? And honestly, there's a lot of really great videos out there from other people who are certified and experts. I am very, very lucky and honored that my mother-in-law is actually certified in this. And so she's taught me quite a lot in doing a number of sessions. Essentially, it involves tapping on meridian endpoints to help reset your nervous system by reframing using a series of words. The coolest part is that this is a very easy exercise for kids to do, and there's actually a book that outlines it called Gorilla Thumps and Bear Hugs. I'll include the link in the description box below if you're looking for a tool to help children reset their nervous system. Where it really clicked for her actually came out of a bit of chaos. You see, we had a construction project going on for a month and a half or two in our backyard. There was a lot of loud, sudden noises, such as drilling, hammering, sawing. At first, she did her normal exaggerated startle response and ran to me. I would do a round of tapping for her, taking a few deep breaths, naming the feeling, accepting that it was okay to feel that way, but just reminding her that she was safe and protective and loved. About halfway through the project, she would start tapping on her favorite spot when she would hear a sudden noise. And the frequent repetition of the loud noises gave her lots of practice. So instead of startling, she would just be aware of it, start tapping, and then move on with whatever she's playing with. Around the time when the project was complete, we went to a friend's house with the dog. The dog was in a separate room and has a really loud bark, and he really wanted to be with us. As soon as he started barking, she did some tapping and remained calm, no body shakes. Hallelujah! It's pretty incredible to see a 2-year-old have the tools to regulate their nervous system before she can even form sentences. And this is something I'm so incredibly proud of supporting and guiding her on. Imagine what the world would look like if everyone knew how to name their feelings, regulate their nervous system, and have healthy coping techniques. Now, obviously, there's still more work to be done and continue to reinforce these skills and help to support her in naming emotions and establishing healthy coping techniques as she grows. But it's especially important to do this before she is 7 years old, as this is when she's wide opening to programming her subconscious mind, which is the foundation for a healthy life. If you are wishing someone had given you these skills as a child, I'm here to tell you that it's not too late. If you liked the information in this video, then I know for sure you will like this one. I hope you take a watch and subscribe if you aren't yet. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.